So, when you think about luxury travel in Thailand, what comes to mind? Well, get ready to rethink it because the entire scene is being redefined. And today, we're going to decode this really powerful and surprisingly young group of travelers who are completely changing the rules of what it means to travel in style. Let's just start with one number: $1,200. Now, that's not for a whole trip. That is the average amount of money a single high-end traveler spends in Thailand every single day. We're not just talking about a vacation budget here. This is a serious economic force. But that spending power, that's really just the tip of the iceberg. The real question, the one we're diving into, is who are these people and what are they actually spending that money on? Because as you're about to see, their priorities have moved way beyond the traditional symbols of luxury. Okay, so to really understand what's happening, we've got to get to know the traveler first. Let's build a quick profile of this new modern explorer and figure out what really makes them tick. First up, let's talk about age, and you can just go ahead and throw out that old image of the wealthy retiree. Get this, a staggering 60% of these luxury travelers are between 25 and 44 years old. Now, that's not just a stat. It fundamentally changes everything, because this generation is all about experiences over extravagance. So a really clear picture starts to come together here. We're talking about someone who's highly educated. Over 60% have a bachelor's degree. And they're already established in their careers, likely in a managerial role. And for the most part, they're coming from Western Europe, which means they're bringing this unique cultural perspective and a real desire for meaningful travel. All right, so now that we have a good idea of who they are, let's get into the really fun part. What are they actually looking for? And let me tell you, it's way more than just a five-star hotel. Their wish list goes so much deeper. This right here is the absolute heart of the whole shift. The very definition of luxury is evolving. It's not about that old school passive opulence anymore, just being served drinks by the pool. Now it's all about active exploration. They're trading status symbols for real authentic connections and swapping that generic standardized service for something that feels truly personal and unique. So what does their perfect trip actually look like? Well, it looks a lot less like a beach resort and a whole lot more like an adventure. They want to get their hands dirty. They're looking for deep cultural immersion in small towns, exploring ancient temples, and trekking through the incredible nature of northern Thailand. And woven through all of it is this huge demand for sustainable, eco-friendly options that actually line up with their values. Okay, so we've got the traveler profile and we've got their wish list. But how does all of that actually translate into a booking? What's the anatomy of their choice when they finally decide to click that buy button? Yeah, this decision is anything but impulsive. It's a whole journey. It all starts with social proof. They trust reviews from people like them. From there, the trip has to pass a personal values test, especially when it comes to sustainability. Then they go on the hunt for authenticity, actively avoiding the tourist traps. And the final crucial piece, the entire experience has to feel like it was custom-made just for them. And that whole idea of values, it's not just talk. This really says it all. They are literally willing to pay more for travel that's environmentally conscious. This proves that for this new kind of traveler, sustainability isn't some optional add-on. It's a non-negotiable part of what luxury even means. So we've profiled the traveler, we've decoded their choices. Now let's zoom out a bit and think about the impact. What are the new rules of luxury, and how is this one type of traveler completely changing an entire industry? The new mandate is pretty simple, really. Travel isn't a product you sell anymore, it's an experience you deliver. And that is forcing the entire industry to ditch the old one-size-fits-all model. The goal now is to create these personalized, culturally rich memories that travelers will actually carry with them long after they get home. And all of this brings us to our final question. The travelers themselves, they've already redefined luxury. They've set a new, much higher standard. So the real challenge now falls to the destinations themselves. How are they going to evolve to keep up? Because the race to win over this new explorer is officially on.